Shalom Yasha'Allah. First and foremost, yeah, all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekha Kadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this great gospel in sincerity and truth. This your brother Tazakai from Great Millstone, Indianapolis, coming at you another lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Got an article here from RT.com. It reads, U.S. Justice Department amends federal execution rules to allow death by hanging, electric chair, gas chamber, and firing squad. It reads, and this came out November 28th, 2020, the year of prophecy. It reads, the U.S. Department of Justice has expanded rules governing executions to permit a wider range of methods, including firing squads and electrocution, as 5 federal inmates are set to face the death penalty before inauguration date. So pretty much they want, more ways of, execution, with more ways to pretty much kill you. And it reads, the amended rule was entered into the Federal Register on Friday, permitting the government greater flexibility to carry out capital punishment using any method prescribed by the law of the state in which a sentence was imposed. While lethal injection remains the most common means of execution and previously the only one permitted under federal regulations, the new rule will accommodate states that allow for alternative methods, including death by execution, nitrogen gas, hanging, or firing squad. And I guarantee you the list goes on. Those are just some examples. And it reads, the proposed rule change was initially floated in August, with the Department of Justice accepting public comments for only 30 days, half of the period typically allotted, and passed the White House review earlier this month, according to ProPublica, which was the first to report on the amended regulation. While 5 federal prisoners are currently slated for execution before President Donald Trump leaves office in late January, and these are all Jakes, by the way, just to throw that out there, the rule change is not expected to affect their cases, as each is already set to receive lethal injection. Before Trump took power, the last federal execution was carried out in 2003. Louis Johnson, who was convicted of murder and kidnapping, but the current administration has revived the custom. The government has authorized capital punishment for 13 inmates so far in 2020, including the 5 still in custody, all of them approved in the last 6 months. Though state governments routinely sentence inmates to death each year, executions have been far more rare on the federal level, seeing a total of just 45 since 1927, according to the Bureau of Prisons. Presumed President-elect Joe Biden has vowed to end capital punishment for federal crimes, saying his administration will not approve any executions, meaning Friday's rule change may never be put into practice. That stance reflects growing calls from fellow Democrats to abolish the death penalty outright, arguing the practice is cruel and archaic. So right there, they want to make a good case, make it seem like they're, they have humanity or anything like that. But ultimately, we understand, through prophecy, that they're going to have many ways to kill you in regards of, that hour of temptation that's coming up. And we know ultimately they named a few ways to where how they can execute you via the law, but you understand most of these ways are coming away by executing you when they throw you into those FEMA camps. When it comes time for you to accept that mark of the beast, that chip, the RFID chip. So we're gonna start here in Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. It reads, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil," so this is Esau Edom, not the actual spiritual demon Satan. "Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison," because of course Satan, spiritual demon Satan, he don't have no prisons. This is talking about the men here on earth, that you may be tried. So this is going to go send you into these prisons, well, mainly these FEMA camps, so that you may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death. And so basically, when you go into these FEMA camps or concentration camps, it's a possibility where you may be martyred for what you believe in and what you stand for. And first and foremost, for us of the house of David, the hopeful house of David, of the hopeful elect, we're going to stand strong and stiffly for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, so that some of us may have to receive death. But ultimately, what's going to happen if we do? And I will give thee a crown of life. So we understand, actually, I'm just going to go on with it, say, verse 11, he that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saying to the churches. And the churches is talking about the hopeful elect at this time. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death. So even if you go through this process, at these camps, and if you even die, when Yahweh shall come back in the holy angels, you're going to already be risen up with him. You're not going to have to be put into that lake of fire, which is the second death. You overcame it. You was a martyr for the Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So that's why I tell us to fear none of those things. So we understand that this is going to happen. So we got to prep our mind mentally to pray for that faith and that strength, so when that time comes, that we don't falter. That we don't turn our back on the Lord. Because this is, like I say, to try you. So ultimately, that's what they got set up. Because the next chapter goes into what I said, goes into that temptation, that our temptation, that great temptation. And this is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, right? So you have kept this truth. You kept this wisdom and knowledge and understanding. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. So a way that he may keep you through the hour of temptation is, hey, he may have a miracle happen to where, so you may get saved by some angels, or a brother may get spiritual powers, or, so forth and so on. That possibly may happen. But if not, you may have to be a martyr, if not. But even still, if both things happen, you're still going to receive that crown of life, because you stood stiffly for them. It says, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And the main places where you're gonna have to overcome and endure this hour of temptation is, like I said, when they get to round us all up. If that be of our lot, was they get to round us all up and take us to these these camps. Hey, they gonna be there. They gonna be there. They gonna try to get you to forsake the Lord and to pretty much to take their mark. To pretty much accept them as your God. Get you to commit that ultimate spiritual fornication. So, like you say here, he said, I will also keep you from the hour of temptation. So, the hour of temptation is like I said, they're not saying it in that article, but yeah, they already got plans, as we know, in the House of Faith. We already know the red list, blue list, so forth and so on. They already have all the people targeted and number who they want to get and who they want to take to these concentration camps. But that's if that's of your lot. So even if they may have your name down, hey, the Lord may have it where that's not going to happen to you. And then, hey, you're good. But ultimately, we all have to go through this hour of temptation, one way or another. And then, like I say, behold, I come quickly, hold that fast. Hold what fast? Again, this truth, this wisdom, this understanding, that no man take thy crown. Because, yeah, like I said, if you consent to what they want you to do, hey, that's a man taking your crown from you. You didn't have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And pretty much, and then going into, because like I said, they're not going to say it in these articles. Like I said, they didn't even mention the things about, beheadings and stuff like that. But just going into this major issue, when it comes to the hour of temptation, is going into Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And it reads, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So that hour of temptation that's going to come over all the world is when he pretty much make the declaration that no man or woman shall be able to buy anything or sell anything. Unless, it don't matter if you're rich, it don't matter if you're poor, it don't matter if you you so-called free out here walking the streets, or if you locked up, in bondage, in prison. It don't matter who, it don't matter what. If you don't have this mark, the mark of the beast, you're not going to be able to buy or sell anything. And that's that great temptation. Because if you take it, well, let's let the scripture speak if you do. This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So this is either side, either your left side of your forehead, the back side, whatever, your right hand, your left hand. If you get the mark, period, You know, we know people Jake like to play semantics and stupid stuff like that. You receive this mark, you are bound to be destroyed. As the next verse say, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Salakia, into the cup of his indignation, which is righteous anger. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. Salakia again. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, Yahushua. So, hey, you may get hit by a nuke, or you may get vaporized by the laser beams that shot by Yahushua and the holy angels. But like I said, you will be tormented. You will die by way of fire. That's going into that lake of fire. That's second death. That's what's going to happen to you. And so, yeah, if you take that mark, you are slated to die. Ain't no I get it and I take it out. No, you get that, you are slated to die. So what we, us, of the hopeful elect, we praying for that faith to be able to stand up in that day. But one thing that I do want to point out is this. We also know that in these FEMA camps, and elders and brothers on their lessons on that, I believe I have done a few of them myself, that they have guillotines that's placed at all these FEMA camps. So it was funny in that article that they listed those other ways of execution, but they didn't list beheadings. And we know here in America, they've even been caught on camera by just, regular, Joe Six-Pack, so forth and so on, even two-thirds, who are presumed to be two-thirds. They done seen these trucks, pickup trucks with guillotines on the back of it. But even still, though, we understand the House of Faith. Like, yeah, they done. I remember I read an article where they had ordered like 100,000 some guillotines and like over 102,000 pounds of shackles. But this was years ago. So we ultimately know that it's gonna come a time period here in Babylon the Great that those who believe and stand stiffly for the Lord, some shall be martyred and beheaded. This is going into, and this is the proof right here. This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of the Most High Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. So, again, we understand that they didn't put this in the article, but we already know that this is a part of prophecy, that those will be beheaded it will be brothers and sisters, that will be beheaded for not taking this mark, that RFID chip, that mark of the beast, and that's, so like I said, they talk about all these executions, these new rules, these new amendments. I guarantee you that's in there too, but they didn't put in the article. So like I said, we understand through prophecy is going to be some of those, some of the elect may be martyred, and that's okay, because you were martyred for righteousness' sake. You stood simply for the Lord to be martyred. You didn't go out like any of these wayward jakes who don't believe in the Lord. They say, because these two-thirds, they have, they have no chance. And Lord willing, we be, Lord willing, and we'll be a part of that hopeful elect number. So that if this do happen to us again, we'll arise, we'll be up. The Yahushua will raise us up in the day that he come back. And then this happened, it may not even be that long. But yeah, this was the point that I was leading up to. Like, yeah, we ultimately understand that these ways of executions are pointed towards you jakes. It's aimed at you. Some of the people may get caught up as well, but mainly it's for you. You are the target. You are the persons of interest. They want to take you out. They want that birthright back. So they want to kill as many of us as they can, but we understand that, hey, JB be as the sands of the sea, innumerable. They can't do that. So mainly who they trying to aim after is the elect. Those who gonna stand simply for the Lord, in those days. And like I said again, Lord willing, us who taking heed to this truth and being diligent, and then learning in peace and sincerity and teaching and being prophets and so forth and so on, Lord willing, all of us are able to stand in that day. To be a martyr for Yahushua, to be a martyr to Yahweh Yahushua, if that be of our lot. So I hope this lesson was edifying to any sincere Akim while Agwathim out there listening. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this great gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom, Yasha Allah, Abai, Babal.